Well, we've talked about this a lot on Making Chips, how there's pockets of our country that don't have a clue about manufacturing. It is, and we repeat this time and time again, being a machinist or something like that is one of the highest paying jobs that you can get without a college degree. And you can get even farther if you have a college degree. But, we need to get the word out about this industry.
Yes, that, and we needed to make it more accessible to people like me who, didn't have a parent or uncle or anybody that we could look at and say, hey, what's machining? Or we didn't have like a lathe or a Bridgeport in the garage, like this industry right now, we're in a critical workforce and skills gap.
Yes, totally.
And the reason we're in this gap is because for a long time, the industry has been oranges, I'll say. And oranges, we'll say, is just older white men, So there's been oranges. And now a lot of the oranges are ready to retire where they're in the age of, settling down and leaving the industry.
Right.
Sure.
The expertise is going to go with them.
The expertise is going to go with them. And right now, the work pool that we'll be able to pull from to, replace these people are apples. So the orange population, the white male population is, unfortunately, it's shrinking a little bit. And the female population is tripling. The black population is tripling. The Hispanic population is tripling, the working age, the workforce age. So what we have to do is we have to figure out how we can get these oranges and these apples to communicate.
Make a nice fruit salad.
And make a nice fruit salad, because eventually down the line there's going to be bananas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
I'm sure you would agree, though, too, that the industry is kind of, its persona, its image, it has a bad image.
Absolutely. For sure.
And that we've been trying to shed the image problem for decades.
Yeah,
right?
but I wonder, is image the issue here? I think it's awareness rather than image, because I think that there's just I don't even think that there's an image of a dirty shop. There's just not even awareness that there's a shop where you can get a great job like this, where you could buy a lake house.
The Metal Parts Fair.
Very true. Very true. Very true.
So
like where does it come from? I will speak to both of them though, because it's also culture. Because
it is.
So every shop that I worked in, there was maybe one or two other people of color that worked there.
Right.
And maybe one of them worked there for a long time, and then the other one might have been just a temp that they needed to press a button for a while. But there were no, I'm 30 years in and I'm a foreman, or, there was no familiar faces. Same way with women. There were, out of all the shops that I've been in, there were maybe one or two per shop, maybe, and that's rare. So if you are, a woman that is into engineering, or, a black or brown person that's into engineering or into this field or anything like that, and you enter into a shop and nobody looks like you, and nobody understands you, and nobody speaks like you, or nobody, understands your culture, it's kind of hard, because you're thinking of all of those things, and we got to think about tolerances. We got to think about, running good parts.
Right.
We got to think about
stressful, man.
You know what I'm saying?
That's tough stuff.
This is a field where your mind always has to be going, and if you're thinking of other things that you really shouldn't have to think about, you can't be the best machinist that you can be.
I genuinely appreciate you opening my mind to that. How do we solve this problem, Drew?
Good question.
How do we open up this industry to all these cultures, to these communities that don't know anything about manufacturing?
So number one,
how do we expose it?
You guys are doing it right now. So with content like you guys are doing, you got to get where the people are, right? So you guys are on YouTube. That's where everybody is. The younger kids, the younger generation is on YouTube, right? You guys have MXD. It looks awareness again. It looks like, some next level industry 4.0. It looks like something
this is a pretty
cool,
sweet facility.
that kids want to go to. So when we start updating our facilities, when we start making it look better, when we start having faces and positions that look like the people that, are around us, or the people that are gonna start working here, when we start, not just have them in operator positions, when they are decision makers. And I know that, if I'm working here, there's a boss that looks like me. So if something weird happens, at least I can go to somebody and say it to them, and they look like me, or they're a woman as well, So
I'm hearing culture
and diversity.
Absolutely,
And diversity.
absolutely.